Time to get ready for the Larry and Needles Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Larry and Needles Show. I'm Larry.
And I'm Needles.
And we have a special guest tonight with us, my wife.
Hi, I'm Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
How you doing, Larry?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. We had our private Krav Maga class with Master Nelson. No one showed up except me and Kiki. That was really cool.
Yeah, I hurt my arm yesterday, so I couldn't show up.
Yeah, that sucks.
So soccer season started
Did it?
for my kid, and I guess I'm an assistant coach.
Nice.
And what race do you think is the worst at kids soccer?
I'd hate to say Spanish.
No.
They're probably the best.
They're the best.
Well, they still
Indian.
are kids, though. So, What?
Indian.
What do you think, Mayor?
White.
White?
Yeah.
The Asians.
Uh,
The Asians.
Yeah, he's got two Asian kids on his team. And,
Terrible.
well, I mean, I don't think their parents ever played soccer with them. Let me give you an example of the first kid. This little bastard, right in the middle of the play, they got the ball, so the other team has the ball right in front of the goal.
Yeah.
And this little kid decides he's going to pick it up in the middle of the gameplay. And then starts to scream out loud, "What am I doing? What am I doing? What have I done? What have I done?" I literally thought he was going to commit seppuku right on the
man.
field, right in front of everybody.
How old?
He's got to be 9 years old, 9, 10. So he paraded around the field, screaming and yelling at himself, and then they had a penalty kick, and they
man.
scored off of that penalty kick. So that tied the game.
So because he touched the ball, it
Yeah.
actually cost his team.
Yeah, you're not supposed to touch the ball with your hands.
Yeah.
That's, no
But they
hand.
could have missed the penalty kick too.
Yeah, they could have, but it
Did-
was literally 5 feet away from the net.
Did Needles Jr. do the kick?
He wasn't on the field at this time. No, it was. He's on Needles
team-
Junior's kid.
team.
He's on. Shoot. Yeah, he's on the team
Same
with the
team.
Asian kids, and Sushi Brothers. We'll call him from now
Okay.
on. And then the other guy. So he's a bigger kid too. He's a big Asian kid. So he's running down the field, and you know what? I've never ever seen an Asian guy run. Let me tell you, an Asian
Not
kid
really.
run.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's really kind of a rarity. So, I mean, this guy's flying
seen
like
him
a dragon.
smoke and walk.
Yeah, and squat. They like to squat a lot.
He needs to walk.
Oh, they like to walk. Walk and roll.
Walk and roll. Valuable job.
So
Ancient Chinese
I mean,
secret.
this little egg roll. Let me tell you. So they beat him with the ball.
Did they?
Yeah. So they get by him with the ball, and this son of a bitch grabs him by his back of his shirt and pulls him to the ground.
Wow.
And he's an Asian kid. I mean, he's a sumo wrestler compared to this other little Indian kid.
The kid that pulled him down was tough, huh?
Yeah, well, the kid that pulled him down, that's on Needles Jr.'s team too. Both of the Asian,
Yeah.
the Sushi Brothers are both
Yeah.
on the same team. So, so the kid gets a penalty. So he gets a penalty kick, but this time it wasn't in front of the goal.
Uh-huh.
So we're like, hey, listen, man, keep your chopsticks to yourself, because you can't be doing that. That's a penalty
He
every
touched
time.
it twice in one game?
What's that?
He did it twice?
Well, I'll get to the next one.
Okay.
So they come back. Needles Jr. had 2 assists. First game of
Nice.
the year, not bad. We score second goal, so we're ahead. And, who comes in? Because the problem is, man, it's expensive to play. It was like $400.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so now
It's only a soccer ball they need.
well, and the park district owns the fields.
nets.
Well, they own the fields and everything, so it's all over. There's no overhead barely, and there's also like 9 other games going on at the same time, and they stack the shit out of these teams. So now they can only play half of the first period and half of the second period. Like they just have enough guys to switch in between. There's no rotating.
Every kid's got to get some play.
Yeah, every kid's got to get some play, no matter if you're a stinker or not. You know? So
his mama paid, the motherfuckers got to play.
And now people are like, they're like, what the heck's going on here? Why, my kid wants to do this, my kid wants to do that. They're like, yeah, but there's 13 kids
fucking practice.
Well, there's like 13 kids on the team.
Listen, lady, your kid better fucking go home and
get a soccer ball and kick it around. You know what I mean? Quit squatting in the corner and smoking, or whatever you guys are doing, playing mahjong in the basement.
Tunnels.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole backyard's dug up. That's why they
it's like
can't. That's why they can't play
a
soccer.
Viet Cong trap.
Yeah.
Like you can't go in there.
Sticks and
yeah,
shit everywhere.
holes with snakes in them and shit. So this little bastard again.
How much money did you have on the game?
How much money? We don't. You know what? They don't do odds.
Bet?
We don't really keep score. The kids keep score. I wouldn't even know who would give you a line on that. I'm sure they have lines on stuff like that. But so sure shit, this kid gets inside the goalie box. Another foul pulls this kid down.
Oh man!
And the other Sushi brother's like, "What are you doing?" This is a kid that picked the ball up. He's like, "What are you doing, man?" He's like, "You can't be pulling on people like that."
Damn.
And I mean, I'm talking pulling him down right in front of the ref. And I mean, he's just looking at you like he don't speak English, like he doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Did they call him? Yeah, of course. They call him on it. They get another penalty kick.
Yeah, and then they score and tie the game, and that's how the game ended. Soccer stinks. I hate that it has to.
So they ended
on
a tie because the next team has to play.
Yeah, they're only allotted an hour.
No such thing as overtime.
No, they're only allotted an hour.
Now in regular soccer.
Yeah, they go into overtime.
Yeah.
And then they have injury time and stuff like that. Let me tell you, I never was into soccer, but
I wasn't either. But
I'm completely into it.
When we were kids, my dad worked for this Shim Sham company, Flim Flam Incorporated or whatever. I don't know what he was doing, but he would get free Chicago Sting. But what was the team after the Sting?
Fire?
Yeah, it might have been Fire.
Fire's
it was
now
indoor soccer.
Oh yeah, no, that's different.
It was a long time ago, Needles. I'm talking like
I know
late 70s.
I know. Yes, I wasn't around for that, but
when they first started,
and it was indoor soccer,
right?
Like arena football. Like
it was
arena.
pretty cool because they never slowed down because it just bounced off the
wall, the glass and stuff.
Yeah,
so it was always in play.
It was like hockey almost in that way. And the other thing about it is the field is a hell of a lot smaller, so. It was a higher scoring, higher action thing.
Yeah, it's constantly
moving.
moving.
When they fucked up, man, the guy would stand there, and I think they'd kick the ball at him. He would just like guard his balls and just had to sit there and take it. And they would fucking tee up and
you wouldn't try to block it?
Well, I don't know if he was blocking it.
I would hope so if he's the goalie. That's his
He might have been
purpose.
the goalie. I don't really remember, but it seemed like sometimes they were handing out retribution.
They were
probably wrong.
I don't think you're remembering this right. I mean,
but it was fun. We'd go all the time.
Yeah, and it was probably
like my dad had.
Well, it's indoors. It's always something to go to. You know what I mean?
It was right here. It was right at the Rosemont.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they have.
That's where they played, and so it would be like a summer day. Like, you guys want to go? You know, it wasn't even like a planned thing.
Yeah, the amount of money those soccer players get paid is astronomical compared to baseball players. It's
I don't think these indoor guys were getting paid.
No, I think they had day jobs. I don't really think they were
professional. He made my sandwich at Bill's Beef over there before.
But no, so it's very funny to see these kids like the interaction, like because there's a couple Afro-American kids on there, and they're very good. Very fast, you know what I mean? They're good. There's a couple Indian kids.
They run real fast, huh, Jimmy the Greek?
Well, they got that extra bone in their foot.
Yeah.
So, but there's the Asian kids. They're definitely not. They're not up to scruff right now. So you got to whip them into shape.
It doesn't seem like they get into soccer a whole hell of a lot in
well, I'm just gonna start holding math problems
like
up in the net.
Yeah, then they'll kick everyone's ass.
So. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
But, it doesn't seem like they have a lot of room for soccer fields in Japan. It's so jammed in, and China and stuff, they can't afford to have a ball.
I don't think they have a lot of parks and a lot of...
You can't be messing with your phone. I mean, we didn't have...
Sorry.
Yeah.
What do you call it? I don't think they have a lot of. I don't know that much
Yeah, I
about
don't know
Japan.
either. I don't either. I know they got the Suicide Forest.
I'm sure they have a national team that plays for Japan. I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes.
So there is some sort of aspect for soccer, but I don't know the amount of what
But
sports
it's almost
really
like
matter.
they just threw a horse in the game just because everyone has one. Oh yeah, we will have one too. It will be very honorable. Our team.
But I mean,
We will lose, but we need to have one.
for the national teams for the World Cup, every country has their own team, so they have to have some team to play. It's very boring.
Yeah.
It really is. But
Yeah.
they got the craziest fans. Like, it is crazy the way that they...
yeah, they'll kill each other.
Soccer hooligans.
They'll
I mean,
kill
those
each
guys,
other.
they don't mess
They'll
around.
beat each other with a 2x4 that has a nail sticking
No,
out.
they'll beat you with their bare hands.
Well, that too.
They're
but I'm
crazy.
just saying, they will go as far as to, beat you with implements and fucking push you downstairs, maybe even push you onto the tracks.
Yeah. I mean, they're known for their violence.
Because,
and
it's
their
because of a team.
lack of empathy.
It's because of a team.
Well, yeah, you get behind it. Like, you can see these grown men, which totally disgusts me.
Could you imagine giving that much of a fuck about the Bears or the Cubs or the Sox?
No, I know people like that in my life.
That'll want to kill someone? Like,
no,
there's a guy
not
that's
that
wearing-
diehard.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But I know grown men that paint their faces, and I know grown men that wear other men, which I think is totally gay, wearing another guy's jersey with another dude's name on your back.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's completely gay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just barely get away with wearing like rock star shirts and shit like that, like band shirts and
Even
stuff
that's
like
too
that's for
far.
chicks, unless it's like the Ramones or something punk. But
Yeah.
I don't think sports are all gay. They really are. You know what I mean? It's turned into this. They just had like the NFL draft the other day, and there were thousands of people that stood outside to listen to people read off names of who they were drafting for their teams.
Oh,
and
who's next?
And they get all into it.
Oh,
they're all dressed
it's
up.
our turn. It's our team's turn. Oh, boy. Oh, shit, they just took Lamar Johnson or whatever. I'm sure there probably is a guy named Lamar
I'm sure there's
Johnson.
two of them.
Yeah.
Spelled with a Z and an
Now they're
apostrophe.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're all bummed out because the guy that they wanted got picked right before their pick, and then they fucking pull their hair out.
Listen, it's just something to distract you. It's just like music. It's just like the world is shit.
I knew these one dudes that would make and I'm sure there's a lot of people that do this. And if you do this, that's fine with me, but I can't get into it. But a lot of my friends did this. They would have an actual party, get blow, fucking drink.
A party, yes.
An actual party for this picking of the draft.
Yeah, I went
pick
to,
day.
what do you call it?
They make it a big deal.
I played fantasy football one year. It was downtown. They had a draft. It was above the Cubby Bear.
Okay.
And it went for like, oh my God,
Forever.
8-9 hours. Like, I got all fucked up. And I was like, I had to leave.
You can't. Well, how could you?
Everybody was so into it. Like, nobody would everybody was drinking and having a good time, but it was just getting out of control. Like, I was just like picking guys all willy-nilly. My cousin's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't care. I'm like,
But
this
here's
doesn't
the
make
thing.
any sense to
Were
me.
they picking the teams actually for real?
No, it was just a fantasy draft.
Okay, so how does that work?
So basically, they put all the players of the NFL in, and then you act like you're an owner.
Like you're a team owner.
Yeah, you're a team owner, and then you get to pick a draft, or you could, or you get to trade, or I have two guys. You know how it is.
Yeah.
It's
So you actually just go around and you got to wait your turn every time. Now it's your turn again.
And there was like 10, 15
so
guys.
they were getting worked up about the guy getting picked. That's the guy I want.
Well, yeah,
All the
depending
time
on
was probably going on.
Well, it all depends. I think it goes. I think it every year it changes. It's not like they're the same team. You know what I mean? Like you start your team and you get a base.
No,
guy.
I know, but as the guys get eliminated, the people around the table.
Oh.
I imagine there's a lot of and
Yeah,
shit like
there
that.
wasn't.
That's
You know what?
all.
Listen, I was just whacked out of my mind. I really didn't. It's just not
See,
my.
that's the
It's
thing,
not my
it's
bag
a
of
Coke
rocks.
thing because it's fucking takes so long.
Yeah, but it's so boring too. At the same
boring.
time, you're just sitting at a whiteboard, And they have all the names up there, and there's like all this
Yeah.
shit guys want. It's but these guys
then the
get
next
into
guy
it.
gets taken
You know, they
down.
also have families that they're miserable with, and this, you know, they get to get
Yeah,
away
they're
and they get
trying
to
to-
party.
They're hoping it takes another 2 extra hours than it actually did.
Well, it's a distraction,
Yeah.
and then, you know, so
I get
whatever.
it,
I
I
mean,
get it.
listen, I'm not shitting on what you do.
Hey, man,
you
I
know,
don't need no Freudian
everybody
fucking
does what they want to do to
breakdown
get
of
by.
it.
No, it's not even that. It's, you know, whatever distracts you from life. If that's what distracts you from life, go get it, man. Me, it's just not, like I said,
So, man, how about
it's not my bag of rocks.
how about our president?
Which one?
Pause.
Oh, shit.
Man.
Just go, it's Kiki. Keep on going.
Oh, shit. How about our president?
Which
Pause.
one? I guess again.
See, I said pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
That's all.
That's
Our
all you were going to
fucking
say?
guy- yeah,
What about our
he's-
president? I mean, it
He's a
doesn't.
great speech maker, huh?
He's a great speech maker or
Yeah, he
great
says-
talker?
He's a great speaker.
He
It
didn't
wouldn't be
see
talker.
He's not. Obviously, he didn't see what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
He saw the pause thing.
Oh, on the teleprompter.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, you lost me
Yeah,
there
I'm
for a
saying, how
minute.
about Joe Biden? Pause.
Yeah, no, okay. I didn't know you were going that way with
Yeah, like,
that.
you know, hey, welcome to the Larry Needles Show. Pause. I'm Larry.
Well, yeah, but you didn't read it off anything.
know,
That's
but
how.
if I did-
But the funny thing is, it's like, have you ever seen Anchorman?
No.
Oh,
But
man.
maybe I've seen parts of it here and there on like an airplane, but I never watched the whole thing.
What do you call it? It's about this guy, okay, and he's got
He's a
this
news
anchor
guy.
tattoo.
No.
Yeah.
I know what he is, man.
He's got this anchor tattoo. No, yeah, it's about. And so what they do is, so they run the teleprompter. So this is real in the movie, and they want to fuck him over.
So they're putting
So-
all crazy shit in there.
Yeah, so they write on the teleprompter like all this crazy shit, and then it says, "Fuck you, San Diego," and everybody
And he just reads
loses
it.
their shit, man. And he's like, "What?" Because whatever, and you know, whatever
He doesn't
reads-
even know what he's saying.
Well, yeah, because he just reads what's right off of the teleprompter. So that's how they screw him over. But listen, I mean, this guy has shown him that he can't read. He can barely walk. He's barely coherent.
He's
he
not
doesn't
very
know-
cohesive.
What's that?
He's not very cohesive.
With the United States, not at all
Yeah.
right now. With the American public, he is not. I mean, we have truly seen what his agenda is. His agenda is to actually, it's not even his agenda. It's some NGO, WHO stuff that they're. I mean, look at these people that are backed by Soros. All these protesters now that they're finding, they come with the same tents, they're served the same food, the same trucks drop supplies off to them.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I
like,
mean?
Here's the thing. Even if they were little rich kids at the Ivy League schools who are spoiled as fuck, Dick's Sporting Goods in all the places around there wouldn't have enough tents. I mean, they would have sold out of them motherfuckers. Later.
No, relax. Man,
I
tell me
want
who's
you to
going.
end up with it. I don't want you to end up with it. So, you know, it's like, so obviously someone's coming and delivering these tents.
Yeah, you
There's
see
no
the
way
trucks
they can
delivering
even-
them. Next thing's gonna be bricks.
I think they did get bricks.
Well, they had them at
one
that
of the
one campus.
places.
Yeah, I showed you that last week.
I don't think it happened before the show. Is that Harmony or Helena down there?
What do you call it? So getting back to
Next to you.
all right,
Harmony.
so getting back to that.
My baby.
It doesn't really bother anybody that, I mean, these people still go on the news and they're talking about how this guy's doing such a great job. And
Oh, yeah, he's excellent.
It's literally just lying to people's
He got
faces.
more votes than anybody in the whole
Well,
world.
we all know that's a farce, but then
Nobody got that many votes.
and then now everything's starting to come out with the shot and the lockdowns and all this other stuff, and everybody keeps on saying, "Oh, it's like people that told you this. Oh, I thought you were crazy. Thought you were crazy." One of the guys I work with is like, "Dude, he's like, you know, I started listening to this guy and some stuff that you were telling me, and the Big Zach has been telling me. He's like, it's crazy. I thought you guys were nuts 2 months ago." And he's like, now all this stuff is coming out, and it's crazy that I actually took
Oh,
this.
you're kidding me.
No. And he's like,
So he's coming forward. Like, he
yeah,
woke
he's
up.
like,
He
yeah, he's
woke
like,
up.
well, he's
getting awakened.
He's starting to
he's
come
getting
around and see,
enlightened.
like, he's like, something's wrong here, you know, because we didn't stop working the whole time during the lockdown.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get affected by it, and our company didn't tell us that we had to get it,
Right.
even though I would have refused.
Right.
But now he's like, oh well, the girl I was with at the time. This guy got the shot
For some pussy.
for his girlfriend.
Ugh.
It's like getting a shot for. It's like having diabetes and giving away a free donut.
Yeah.
You're just literally killing
Here,
yourself.
man, I know you can't use this,
Um,
but it's gonna kill you, so eat it.
I know he probably didn't believe it was bad. He probably just listened to the masses.
well, mainstream
Didn't
media.
think about it. And
with
just
the
got
ma-
a shot.
the mainstream media is not going to tell
He
you
didn't
anything.
do it because of her.
No, he did. He did it because of her. Because our work didn't make us get it. She said that you have to get
You
it.
think that's bullshit, huh, Mary?
No, I'm saying he did it because he probably thought there was nothing wrong with it.
Oh well, no.
He would have
and
fought her if he.
He's
really-
not. He's a lemming. He's not a man.
Obviously.
Yeah, he's not a man at all. He basically said, me and my chick are going to get shots, and we were very adamant about him not getting them.
Damn.
The owner of our company was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like personally said to him, he's like, don't get that shit. You don't know what it's going to do to you.
So he didn't want him to have the shot.
No, the owner of our company was very adamant. Nobody that I work with got it. And there's like 70-something people. And they all told them. And they're like, if you get it, that's fine. But you have to tell us that they played the opposite game. If you get it, you have to tell us.
Yeah.
Because,
That's good.
If you don't, we don't, because, we're not going to get into
we
all
want to
the...
know which motherfuckers to group together and to stay away
Well,
from.
yeah, we know that you're definitely...
So we don't get your
But
shedding.
some of the guys had kids, little kids.
Yeah.
So the doctor, you have to get it,
Yeah.
Some of the people, there were schools telling parents that you had to get it to come and see, like, plays and stuff.
I think
and-
the people around here, because it's, Chicago is such a blue fucking place that we probably didn't get the death shot as much as people that were in
red
hard
states?
red places.
I just think they handed it out to the masses, and they're just going to be like, all right, let's see what happens. 'Cause you already see what's
Yeah,
happening.
but they all had many, many different effects. They all were different things. Several
children had
different
obviously
things.
different with side effects from adults.
Yeah, but I'm just saying lot numbers. Like there was
Oh,
like 100 different
batches.
things.
How many batches
100
that they
different-
had? Yeah, they didn't. There was a Moderna one. There was a Pfizer
But like
one.
100
there was-
different little hidden surprises in each one. Like each one had a different one of 100 things.
Yeah.
You might have got this or you might have got that. It might, it's not all necessarily the same.
It's not one thing.
Yes.
There's different variants of it. And they can all be, and I mean, if you want to get even crazy, there's the accelerants that can set these things off. They say 5G sometimes can set it off. That's what they think they're doing, using like nanoparticles and stuff like that.
I saw this thing where they said that 5G really doesn't have to do with the phones.
No.
The phones are not compatible to have 5G. They said that when you open your phone, the battery
They
for
don't have
where the
chips.
5G or chip
Yeah, they don't
isn't
have the
there.
chips. Yeah.
And they said that they were going to do something more nefarious with the 5G
Yeah, that
towers.
it's-
They think that that's where they were going to release, in this
That ultra-
airborne, illness.
Yeah. They had an
So
ultra frequency.
They were able to, on that periodic table. Remember when Trump kept using the word "coffee" and people thought he pronounced coffee wrong?
And he was just saying a couple of periodic
Elements.
elements.
Yeah, and
in
that's
a
what
row,
they put
and it
in
was what it
these
sounded
5G towers. Something to prevent.
And they're all like, "Oh, look, he's going crazy. He can't
Speak.
pronounce coffee anymore. He lost his mind.
You know
He's
what?
crazy now."
I just
Everybody
read
is.
this that silver was suspended. Stock market suspended silver.
It was raising at a
The
very
stock
good
market
rate.
suspends trading of silver on April 24th due to unusual market activity and volatility.
Yeah.
This rare event caused by a combination of factors, including economic uncertainty, market speculation, and investor behavior. The suspension is intended to protect investors and maintain market stability.
That's
but I
not
think this
good.
might be an AI generated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's first of all, the government shouldn't even be doing that. They have no right in suspending anything fucking publicly traded, especially commodities to that extent, right?
Yeah.
Like they're just shut everything down. Like I mean, we're already enough controlled by the government.
But
How about
they could do shit like that, right?
they have
Mary?
done it.
Yeah,
They can
did.
do it.
I
The
think
federal they
I
have
think
done
they
it
did
before.
suspend the silver.
They're gonna do like they'll just do like they did to the Canadian truckers. You know, they'll just shut everybody's bank account down. Everybody's so willy-nilly to get all their information. Look at these fools. They're like, hey, we can put a chip in your hand and you don't have to carry around cash or anything anymore.
Awesome.
And they all stand at the front of their line with their arms up, getting ready to just, you know.
They've already done it.
Here's your armband. Here's your armband. Here you go. Get in with the sheep. Now we can track you and do whatever we want to you. Who knows what's in that shit? All right, how about a good feel good?
They actually do implant
story.
them all the way under your skin, though. That's the
well, it goes on.
one.
Yeah, it just goes underneath your skin. Yeah, that's it.
You say
I've seen
just
them.
goes. How about what the fuck? How could it just go?
They just lift the skin up when they do body modification.
I understand, but it's kind of
What's that?
invasive and it's really unnecessary, and who knows what else it's actually doing.
Well, yes, Larry. There's nefarious reasons behind it, and it's all meant to control us. And who knows what it contains? It's like a kill switch for somebody, or they could just zap you with it.
You know that, man, and you
Well,
know
I
that
don't
might be
know
another
that. I'm
thing.
Republic First Bank
I'm
officially
speculating
collapses
that.
and was seized by regulators. It was a bank collapse.
Yeah, that always happens though. J.P. Morgan can pick them up, or fucking Chase, or Rothschild.
All right, let's go get all our money down.
It's not a
What do you
good
call
thing
it?
that banks are collapsing.
Oh shit! I was gonna do. So here, a feel-good
So give me
government
every
story.
penny I have right now.
Something good about the post office. Finally, a postal manager stole drugs from mail, let coworker snort cocaine off his desk.
You know
Now
what,
that's a government employee I
I
can get
worked for
behind.
that guy.
I worked for two of those guys.
I worked for a lot of them, but yeah.
Guy just doing blow right off the guy's desk.
You know what? If you can't do blow at work, then your job is a little too uptight.
Then you're at the wrong job. You need to get your oh, shit.
Oh man,
Son of a biscuit. You need to get your
Needles.
freaking damn it. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, we got
Spilt
to
on
roll.
Mike.
Nah, man, we got roll of paper towels,
Okay.
dude.
All right, so this
Probably on the dryer.
so a former U.S. post office manager accused of dealing drugs he stole from packages pleaded guilty.
Well,
$5 million fine. Marijuana, coke, some other things. And that's a great lick, isn't it? I mean, who the hell's going to narc you out for stealing drugs?
how does he know what packages have drugs?
I don't know. It doesn't really
Does
say.
it go through some kind of scanner at the post office?
I don't know.
Did you find them?
No, I didn't.
Well, there's towels in there.
I know it's.
Grab a towel.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
It doesn't have to be.
All right,
the,
I mean, Larry, come on. We're in the middle of a
it
podcast
doesn't have to
here.
be the biggest towel.
I'll just use whatever. Well, I spilt and I apologize, and now Larry's gone on a mission right now. So it doesn't really say how the hell he would find the drugs, though. That's what I'm looking for. 700 grams of blow. Holy crap. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't say how the hell.
Needles. We're gonna buy him 700 grams of brains. He's gonna snort it, and hopefully
Just
it
because I
stays in
spilt
there.
something?
Yeah, man.
Okay, oops, sorry. Nobody's ever spilt anything before? Larry's got a real resentment towards me today.
I haven't. Not down here, motherfucker.
Get the fuck. You've never spilt anything
I
down
haven't. You
here.
know who spilled shit down here? You.
Oh,
you,
man.
let's
Me
see,
always.
You, Mike
Could
Schmidt.
you wipe the table
Mike Schmidt.
so it's not
I got it, man.
wrecked?
You know, it's like.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Holier than thou. Heavy is the head that
Well,
wears
here's
the
thing.
crown,
Well,
isn't
here's
it?
the thing, man. You know,
Here's the thing, man.
Wake the fuck up. Are you that drunk? You're drunk.
I had one beer. What are you talking about?
That's
You
what
always
I'm
say
saying.
that. That's so funny.
You heard
I
him
had
say it.
one beer.
He can't even handle one beer, ladies and gentlemen. You heard him say it. Fucking guy.
Oh, man.
Oh my God! In Omaha, Nebraska, on the scanner, we have 30 or 40 houses gone.
Wow. Yeah, we want to give a shout out to our people out
6:30.
there in Nebraska and all those places that
6:30
got hit
tonight.
with a tornado tonight.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up.
It's in the top 5
Let's
in the United
put down the
States
bong
ever.
and pray for these people. Jesus, help these people. Thank you, Lord. And, you know, it's just fucked up when your shit just gets wiped away like that. And I'm not going to be like Joe Biden and tell you about when my house got blown away, because it never did. And I can't even imagine the fucking brutality of that.
You have to see the footage here of this tornado. Wow.
Well, I'm not gonna get up and come over.
It's on I-80 in Nebraska near Omaha, so it's right on our highway.
How about that
But
Secret
it's
Service
huge.
lady, the one that threw the maxi pads at the? Did you hear about that? They had to detain her. She was on Kamala Harris's Secret Service.
Yeah. The girl who went crazy.
Yeah, she like lost her mind. She was a DEI hire, and
Didn't earn it.
well, she was already accused of. Well, she wasn't accused. She made accusations against people in her former office that they were like harassing her and all this other stuff, and it was for like $1 million, and it was found out not to be true. Like she was making all this stuff up. But she tried to.
Typical DEI fucking move. That's what they do.
She tried to grab one of the other cops' guns.
Who they're blaming is the boss. It's a female, and she hired this woman that had no credentials to be hired. But they said she's also the same woman that did nothing to get to the bottom of the cocaine in the White House. Let the dogs, let the Secret Service people be bitten 25 times by the dogs.
Shout out Commander.
Yeah. And there
Before
was another one too before that bit several people, and they got rid of him way before he bit 25 people.
And it was up to her to keep her Secret Service agents safe.
Yeah, I mean,
it really is.
who knows? People, you know what? Who knows what the fuck's going on now? SSRIs. Pushing like all this mental health shit. I don't, people like the way that the climate is right now with how they're, DEI stuff and promoting people and telling people they're better than they aren't. Because they're not that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just because of your skin color, we're gonna hire you.
Right.
Your beliefs, we're not gonna hire you.
Promoting mediocrity. Nobody,
not even mediocrity.
Not even.
This is bottom of the barrel.
Mediocrity would be maybe good.
Well, at least they could learn maybe.
They said the FAA, they're going to allow them to hire people with severe mental disabilities.
Yeah, they said that. They said that a while ago. Which
As
is
pilots.
So now, no,
Yeah.
but so
And
talking
air traffic controllers.
Dude, no TSA people, which is even worse. Imagine getting groped by a retard.
Well, here's the thing. What
You
if
know
they're
what I
not
mean?
retarded and the guy's just a guy that wants the planes to crash, or he's a
That would be a great job if you're a real pervert to be a TSA agent. You could just grope everybody and
All
get
right,
away
ma'am,
with
I'm
it,
gonna
man.
have to feel your ass and your tits.
Well,
and
no, you just
everything
get
right now.
dudes. You can't feel the women up.
Why?
They have women TSA
Oh
agents.
man.
What do you mean, oh man?
Well, then I
I
wouldn't
mean, you're
wanna
getting
do
back
it.
to the good old days now.
I wouldn't want to do it then.
I'm
would
saying
be
you have
the-
to be a real pervert to do
I want to
that.
do it like in France or something, or maybe in the countries where everything is men working at all those things, and then
So you
they
could
have to do the.
So you
women.
could touch women,
Well,
sexually assault them
yeah,
multiple
that's why.
times.
Well, I'm just saying I wouldn't take the job anyway. But if you can't,
If you could assault them in another country, you would.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
there we
what
go.
I'm saying.
That's what it boils
That's
down
it.
to.
That's it.
You just gotta be honest. That's all right. I appreciate that.
It is.
But
It is what but the thing is, I would also want to be picky as well. I wouldn't want to have to frisk every woman. I'd say no, not her.
so you just let the ones get through that you don't find them scrumptious,
Attractive, yeah.
non-scrumptious.
That would
She
be
can
the
go
bull
through.
dyke. That would be the line that I'd give it to, like, whatever.
I think the bull dyke. That's kind of
Come here,
technically a
Harvey.
woman, right?
Yeah, come here.
Okay, so
Harmony.
then she would go in the woman's
Come here,
line. But
boo-boo.
okay, I forgot. You're in this fantasy
Yeah,
world
I'm
where
in a
you get to
fantasy
grope
job.
women,
Come here, boo boo.
assault women right in front of other people. And imagine that. There's 50 people standing in line. You're like the Richard Dawkins of TSA.
Yeah.
Just
Richard
kissing and-
Dawson.
Was it Dawson? Yeah,
Yeah.
Richard Dawson. You know what I meant, though.
Yes.
Richard Dawson. Damn it.
Come here, Harmony.
You're just groping titties, grabbing ass.
Yeah, he would do that. He's like, hey, here's the Smith family or whatever, Here's the Jones family. Hey, do you mind, sir, if I tongue kiss your wife
Yeah.
and your daughter?
He just pulls his
I
hands
work
up.
my way to the youngest one.
Yeah, totally.
know?
He just pulls his hands up, make it smell his finger.
At the end, he goes back to the dad.
He starts at the little.
He says, so how did I do?
No, when he shakes his hand.
So yeah,
The stuff you could get away with
Richard
back
Dawson.
then. Yeah, I
He would
wonder-
have been fucking Me Too canceled.
But think
with
about
the
it. If
fucking
someone had
yin yang.
some sort of mouth thing going on, you know.
And the
it'd be-
people laughed. Ha ha ha.
Oh, yeah, they all loved it.
He
He
said,
was,
"Oh,
like,
you're lovely, darling.
he was
Let
like
me
a-
kiss you." Everyone laughed. Ha, ha.
he was like the last of those guys where it's like he's like getting hammered behind.
Yeah,
Like, you know, he's got a cigarette and a rocks glass
yeah.
ready to go. That was the OG Family
Yeah.
Feud. Mm.
Well, I don't know if he had a cigarette in the rocks.
That's what I
glass,
imagine
but-
him backstage.
Yeah, oh, backstage.
Yeah,
for
backstage.
sure.
Yeah, no, not
For
on the
sure.
not on the stage.
But that'd be great if
Yeah.
he did on the stage.
Well, that's what they used to do. Was that damn? What was that old school one? Not the triangle, the pyramid one.
$25,000.
No, there was an old game show that they had where they would be smoking and drinking. I remember. I seen
Well, there
the
was a
clips
lot
it.
of them.
Yeah, I can't remember one
a certain
offhand.
date.
Yeah,
but
That's great though. Imagine that's like I mean,
The
come
best game show of all time, though, was always it's got to be the Gong Show.
on. That'll press your luck.
I
No
don't
whammies and
remember
shit.
Press your luck.
No whammies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sounds like you're bringing after a couple balls.
I never saw that, man.
Yeah, no, it was
Is
good.
it an oldie?
Yeah, no, it's not that old. It was like
Uh.
90s, 80s,
Ah, see,
90s.
that's why I never heard of it.
What are you talking about?
Game
A
show.
TV show, Press Your Luck, he's talking
It was
about.
a good one with the whammies.
The one
It's
I
old
said
school.
was the Gong Show. Have you ever seen the Gong Show?
I know what you're talking
Okay.
about. That's old as hell, though.
Dude, that's fucking the best show out there.
Yeah,
Chuck
they would
Barris,
be performing and
he
they
was
would
a fucking supposedly an agent, some kind of
for
spy.
the CIA.
Yeah,
He was a honeypot.
and he would send these kids. He had a game show where there was like kids dating or whatever, or people dating, and
Kids or people?
you know, younger people. Like
Okay.
kids to me is anyone, dude, that's under fucking 40. All right, that's what I mean. They're probably 20, 19-year-old
I think you're just
kids.
saying to distract people from
Whatever,
Larry Epstein's
asshole.
Island.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And he would send these kids away to fucking places on vacations and shit, and he would go along as a chaperone. I think they
What?
were underage.
Kind
yeah.
of weird
And they
three-way
said
thing
that
is
he would
this?
do like, you know, murders and shit while he was out there. He would pretend he was watching
Yes,
over
yes.
these kids. Meanwhile, they'd be going wild and
Yeah.
fucking and drinking, and he wasn't watching them at all. He was out doing some kind of heavy duty crime. He'd be like, "You win a honeymoon to or a vacation to Russia, to Moscow."
What?
You know, it'd be crazy places like that.
What the
yeah.
hell?
And then they'd
never heard
go,
of it.
and he would go with them.
This is the Gong Show?
Well, no, this is the show he had before that, and then he had the
I was gonna
Gong
say.
Show.
Okay.
But he probably still fucking.
Now, wait a minute.
continued
You said
on.
this guy committed murder?
That's what they say, man.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
I thought, okay, this is allegedly. I
alleged.
thought this was.
Well, wasn't he working for
Reality.
the CIA?
Yeah, yeah.
So they said he was a double agent, or not a double agent, but he was asset. He was a
Yeah,
spook.
yeah, yeah.
He was a spook.
Yeah.
Really? So they would coincide where he was giving. Like,
Yes.
You're going
Yes,
to
wherever
Kazakhstan.
these people would go, right? Wherever they would go, someone would
You're going to
mysteriously
Algier.
get their neck slit or
What the
whatever.
fuck?
Yeah.
You're going to
Exactly.
Morocco.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was weird places.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would be
everywhere
somewhere
to-
where nobody would go for a vacation.
Yeah, except the Taliban.
Exactly.
Or somebody going through the Golden Triangle in Cambodia.
And he was a big coker, I think, there at the
Well,
end
yeah.
when he was doing the Gong Show. They might have been having cigarettes and rocks glasses.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
Yeah, they were. I
But-
think they did. Because they had. Then he would have a panel of his friends who were usually comedians.
And
And so they would gong the people, or they would rate the people.
rape them?
Rate.
Oh.
They'd hold,
Wow,
you know,
Larry,
write
I
down
think you're
their
still in your fantasy world.
number 1 through 10, how
Yeah.
good or bad these people were, and that's where the unknown comic came from.
Yeah, okay, I remember
heard of
that.
him,
Yeah, I
right?
remember that. Yeah, but what do
That
you call it?
motherfucker was funny.
They had some crazy shit back then with the TVs. That dude from Hogan's Heroes.
Strangulating people.
Well, no, he was creating like porn and stuff. Like he was a real freaky SOB.
Yeah, didn't he die under some strange?
Yeah, there was some.
Mary, what happened to Bob Crane?
That's it. He was murdered. He was beaten to death with his with a tripod, a camera tripod. But he was involved in some blackmailing shit and some other stuff like that. Like
That motherfucker had to go.
Yeah, somebody thought he had to go, but I wish I could Bob Crane. Yeah, I would like to do a deeper dive. on him.
R.I.P. Bob Crane.
Yeah.
Fucking Hogan's
I
Heroes.
wonder if you
Great
could
show.
find those movies.
Is that what you want? His porno movies? That's
I'd
what
like
you
to
wanna
see what they look like.
Yeah.
Old school stuff.
Fucking, you
How
call
about-
me a fucking weirdo.
How
I'm
about
an
those?
asshole.
How about the goofy horses riding around London yesterday? Bloody.
Yeah. Tell us about it, Mary.
I think that was all a ploy.
Oh yeah.
Well, because then Big Ben did that thing too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It went backwards 20 times.
No,
it just
got
stopped.
stuck at 9.
And
Oh,
then
yeah,
it
yeah.
got
And then
stuck at 9 and
It
ran
rang
11 times.
Right.
The apocalypse is upon us.
Yes.
And he who rides a pale horse.
Will be bloodied.
That's what I'm saying. Where did the blood come from? They couldn't figure out where the blood came from.
I know.
They said that the guy was riding the horse. It bumped into a couple cars. The guy got thrown from the horse, and then it ran through. There were 5 of them, but they only showed 2. So I don't know. I don't understand where the blood
I saw
came
the
from.
2 in London.
Yeah.
And then they said the blood kind of looked like paint.
Yeah. That's.
Well, it probably was. I'm sure
Yeah,
they
the-
didn't slash
The
the
black
horses
horse
up.
looked injured, though, they said, on the
yeah.
side.
Yeah. They ran into cars.
The
and
white
stuff.
horse looked bloody. And then I only saw 2, but then I saw
Imagine that.
somewhere else I saw 2 horses. They go, what's with the horses today?
Well, no, there were 5 initially. They only had 2
In
on
London?
camera. Yeah, and 2 on camera.
But then I saw 2 somewhere else.
Oh no, the ones
like-
in London with the blood on them. Yeah, I mean that's just.
Yeah, that was
I think
weird.
it was just. I think that was just some sort of stupid artist thing. I
Yeah,
don't
but
think it
it-
was because you really haven't heard anything
I
about
think it was
They-
coincidental that it was that day. You know?
well, they did say something about the royal guard losing a horse or just
Well,
a
they
couple
also-
What was the
horses.
significance?
They also are making plans for the King Charles's death.
Yeah,
And they're like, why would they do that if he's,
if he's still alive,
if he's
kind of
recovering-
weird, but yeah,
if he's
okay,
recovering from cancer.
Yeah.
Why are they talking about his funeral?
yeah, and that's a pretty big thing for the prince to die or King. The king to die. I mean, it's a pretty big thing, and they're very
well,
blasé
at least
about
in
it,
the
aren't they?
storybooks we read when we were kids, it was a very big deal. Like when you think about Louis the 13th or something, a motherfucker like that. There was probably a lot of people that were really glad when he was dead. But then you don't know what the next motherfucker's going to be like.
Well, they were a lot more violent back then.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's
But no. The violence is in secret now.
well, actually now it's out in the open. I mean, there was that. Did you see that new place?
Well,
Where's that?
it's not as in the
shit,
open
where was
as
the
it
place?
was back then.
Dang it! I completely forgot. How about the new 15-minute city where you got to scan a QR code to come in and out?
Great.
Canada. They actually have a city now. You have to scan a QR code when you come in and when you leave.
Holy fuck.
Oh, shoot.
Damn.
So, Isle de la
that is
Madeleine.
fucked up.
It's in
man.
Quebec. So here we go.
I forgot
This
to
is how they
mention
start.
to
What's that?
I forgot to mention to Joey, I was talking to you today about, remember I said our friends were, I don't really want to say who they are, but
Yeah, don't.
Beth was talking to her, and she's going to take her grandchildren to Canada. And she
For
was
what?
like, oh my God, the little boys are going to have to sit in car seats for
Quarantine.
12 hours? And,
Oh, yeah. They
Yeah,
got,
they're
They're
gonna
gonna
go all the
have
way
to
to
sit in a
Canada.
cell.
isn't that crazy?
And
They
why
quarantine.
Canada,
They're
And
gonna have to sit in a cell.
Fuck
especially with
Canada.
everything that's
For
been going
3
on in
days.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada's a fucking hellhole.
They're probably
right
gonna
now.
get some kind of test, some
Why
COVID
would
test.
you
They're
wanna-
gonna say they're positive. They're gonna make them pay all kinds of money. I wouldn't go to Canada.
Well,
right now.
And
I'd
now
be
you're in
afraid
the
to.
then you're in the
remember
system.
we were talking
I believe
about
all this shit.
Remember we were talking to Matt, and him and his wife have a home in Italy.
Yeah.
And he said, and I said, is it rough to go from New York to Italy? And he said, we go through Canada. Remember?
Yeah.
We
yeah.
go to Canada first. Seemed like that was a way easier way to do it.
I don't
But
know. Everywhere's fucked up right now, no matter where you go.
But if they start needing QR codes to be scanning in and out
Well,
of
right.
places,
You don't want to go there.
Well, yeah, no, that's a city though. You're not. It's like a small, tiny city. They're
yeah, that's
testing
the
it
first
on.
one.
Well, they're
right.
testing
This
it
is
on.
the
It's a beta test, yeah.
and then-
Well, it was probably where
and
we
then
saw
soon
that
it'll be
woman not too
everywhere.
long ago that couldn't go to the drugstore. Remember? She wanted to go too.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you can't use this drugstore. You have
yeah,
to go
and
back
she's
there.
going, but I just want to go across the street to that store right there on the corner, and the cops are like, ma'am, if you don't turn around right now, we're going to arrest you. And she's like, but I just want to go to that place. And
Arrest me
literally
for
like
what,
20 feet
you know?
away.
How about they were fucking? Did you
And
ever,
they cuffed her.
have you ever seen the videos when
cuffed
when
her.
they're in Philly and they're like giving these mentally challenged people shots? They're pulling them out of this home one at a time like the Nazis, and they're screaming and yelling and fighting, and they jab them, push them back, jab the next one. Then
With
they're-
what?
What do you think? They're shot.
Oh.
And they're freaking out, man. It's so scary. Like everybody's like, it's
And this
everybody.
is what, a psych ward they're doing this?
No, this
Or-
is out in the street in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but where are they
Yeah, but
pulling
where are they
these
getting the
a
people?
house, like a halfway house.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's just like a halfway house. They're
Yeah.
pulling them down out in
So
the
it
street
is like
to
a
the front
place.
door. It's like the Nazis.
So it's like a hospital of sorts.
No,
of
no, no. It's
nuts.
like a halfway house. So it's in a residential
Criminals.
neighborhood. Huh?
Criminals
No,
or drug addicts?
retards.
Oh, they're all...
Feeble-minded.
Oh.
They're probably
The
wards of the
whole
state,
fucking-
though.
What's that?
They're probably being taken
Well,
care
they're
of by
wards of the state. Yeah, they're definitely. Well, some of them
So
are
they're
wards of the
fucked.
state.
You know, they're gonna
Yeah,
have
so
to
they're
do
going to get every shot.
whatever the
that
state
they-
Yeah.
wants. Yeah.
But some of them were not words of the state, and those people are trying to sue now.
Oh,
Good.
So,
good.
I hope
but
they do.
is it just crazy that everything that the left says that the right is going to do, the left is doing now?
Well, they've been doing that for years.
Well, but it's just
It's
more.
the predictive
more,
program. I mean, they tell you exactly what they're doing
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
blaming you for it.
yeah, they lay the
Yeah.
game plan out. They don't make you want you. They don't want you to believe what you hear or see or feel.
Yeah, but they
or
say
know.
they're doing this, they're doing this when they're doing that.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Look what this guy's doing. They do the Kansas City Shuffle on you.
Yeah.
Look at this guy, but there's Telly Savalas doing something worse. You know, you got to
Exactly.
always watch out. But it's never gonna end. It's just gonna keep getting worse.
Yeah, okay.
How about more
It's
cap?
no
How about
big
more
deal.
tax while everything's going on?
How about, man, I got some cool shit. I was watching this biker thing about the Hells Angels.
Oh, that was cool.
And this guy, George Christie, he was like right up under Sonny Barger, Ralph Sonny Barger. They talk about the Stones concert.
At Altamont?
Thing, yeah. And
that was the end of the hippie generation right there.
he would
1968.
have it was 69.
69?
He would have concerts and parties, and he would know people, and he was rub shoulders with rock stars and shit, and could get in places because he was one of the leaders of these factions of Hell's Angels. And the fucking dude hires Johnny Paycheck, and he's so fucking wasted.
Who's Johnny Paycheck?
He's a country musician.
Well, people might not know.
He's like a hardcore,
Like a David
outlaw.
Allan Coe
He's
side
like an
kinda guy.
outlaw. And
Waylon Jennings.
the bikers love him. He's got the song that was a hit song in the late 70s called "Take This Job and Shove It."
There you go. that people
Everybody's
might
heard
know.
that one.
Yeah.
And
I'll say back to Paycheck.
so Johnny would get so fucked up that he couldn't even play. Or he wouldn't show up at all. So the last time he played for this George Christie for a gig that he was involved with, Johnny was fucking hammered. So George wanted him to do another gig, and it was like a year later because they liked Johnny Paycheck. I don't know if it was at their clubhouse or what, or some kind of venue in their town that the Hells Angels were all going to be there, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And so they tell Johnny the gig is on Thursday. Johnny takes a 6-hour flight, and he comes, and he's fucking hammered. But he lied to him. He
Show's
made
on
some
Friday.
prospects. He said, "You guys fucking watch him. Don't let him leave. If he wants food, go get it for him.
Mm-hmm. Just keep an eye on this bastard.
Don't
yeah.
let this fucker drink a drop of liquor." And the concert wasn't for a couple of days, and Johnny Paycheck was pissed off.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
But he was clean and sober when he got to the gig on Saturday night, and they said that it was the best fucking
Show
Johnny
he's-
Paycheck show that he ever did in his life.
All because of the Hells Angels.
Yeah.
Well, how about they put a hit out on Mick Jagger?
And they talked about that too. So they wanted $50,000 from Mick Jagger for what happened to them and all the shit they had to go through for the trials and paying for lawyers.
Yeah, they
from
wanted
the
legal fees
Altamont.
compensated. Yes.
So they actually told Mick Jagger, "We're gonna fuck you up." They were like, "We don't care, fuck you."
We're
So
across the
actually, they
pond.
went as far as they found out that Mick was in Syracuse or New York or somewhere on a yacht, and they actually went as far as getting
In
a
a
wrap,
boat. Yeah.
going out there, and they had plastic explosives, and they were gonna fucking blow
Mm-hmm.
up the boat. And the only thing that made them turn around was the weather was bad.
Choppy waters.
And, yeah, and so they couldn't handle it in the small boat they were in.
The dinghy.
It became well known that they attempted to do this.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, Mick Jagger sent them a fucking check.
Oh, well, yeah, you think?
Yeah.
He was a little,
He's
a
like,
little
damn,
dork.
they got real close to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think they said that there's Hell's Angels in some like 47 countries.
Dude, when I went to Amsterdam, they had a Hells Angels bar there.
I seen him. Oh,
And it was
wow,
crazy.
nice.
And
I bet. I didn't see a Hell's Angels bar when I was there.
And what do you call it? Yes, they have the most chapters of any other club in
Ever.
the world. I mean, they got Japanese. They're all over
Yeah,
the place.
yeah.
In every country, multiple chapters. It is crazy that they
seen 'em in
still
Germany.
exist. Isn't that crazy? Just like the gangbangers exist, because you know what these guys are doing. They're funding. All this stuff with proceeds from weapons,
Drugs.
prostitution. What do you call it? Gambling.
He talked about all the drugs.
Loan sharking, all that shit.
How when they figured out how to make meth, how it was just like how
Biker
much
crank.
money. Oh yeah, they were like, man,
Old school stuff.
We were making money.
Oh,
They were doing some crazy shit. It
but
was
there's
really good.
there's a crazy like there's so many like what do you call it, like actual biker wars, but there's one that stands out. There was this one who's like this dude Mom, that's what his nickname, Mom Boucher, and he was in Canada. Mm-hmm. And these guys were setting off pipe bombs on streets to try to kill each other. And then what happened finally was one pipe bomb killed a child.
Sure.
And that's what set it all off. But these guys were running amok. And they know what they're doing.
Well, this one chick, she was 24 years old. She testified against these cats because
That's
they
not
told
smart.
her she could be a Hell's Angel. Or no, this was a different broad. But she testified against them for some reason because the feds got to her and told her she was going to go to prison and all this shit.
Really?
And so
I don't know what's
she
worse, man.
testifies, and they put her under protective. They changed her
Custody.
identity.
Yeah, witness protection.
Yeah, witness protection. I was gonna say, protective custody, but she wasn't locked up. They put her under witness protection. They move her to another state.
Yeah.
She has 2 7-year-old daughters.
Oh, man.
So they fucking give this one cranked up biker, one of the, I think he might even have been a prospect, and here's 2 pounds of crank.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Go find this bitch. They found her.
2 pounds of crank.
She was in like 2 states over,
Oh, yeah, I mean, these guys got nothing else to do.
and went in there and blew her fucking brains out and killed both the 7-year-old kids. And then that was when.
You gotta go to jail, man.
Yeah, dude was like, man, there ain't no excuse for that one.
3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Well,
That's some old school shit, you know?
man. So he killed
You
the
definitely
kids, and
wanna
that
go to
was like
jail.
everybody in all the bike gangs were like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's what they wanted, that's what they got. So what are they gonna complain about? And they and everybody acts like they're a freaking saint.
And the guy got busted right away because
Oh.
he was all cranked up. And
Yeah.
he's on crank and
You
everything.
some guy rolled, I mean, I don't know. It's not like some guy just rolled in on a hard, loud motorcycle. I'm sure there was some sort of unpatterned violence to this that they could sort of, or I mean, like a
Figure out.
patterned violence
Yeah,
to it,
yeah.
like how.
Figure out some kind of clue that happened out of the ordinary.
Well,
that
just the way she
normally-
was killed and murdered, and how ferocious it was, and how you
Well,
could
they
tell.
knew right away.
Yeah, well, you could tell if it's a crime of passion,
It
obviously,
didn't
or
take him long to find her. I think it was like
at least he didn't kill.
2 months or something.
At least he didn't kill the kid. Well, they're
They
going to be
killed
like,
both kids.
oh,
That's the
shizer.
thing. They killed both 7-year-old
Yeah, okay.
twins.
Oh man. Well, first
So
of all,
killed 3
all they got to do is look back a couple months and see who she testified against.
Yeah.
It's not that. I mean,
Exactly.
come on, man. At least wait a couple years.
And then go to the, figure some shit out and get into the clubhouse somehow under some guise of somebody getting,
Well, then if they were
And then
smart,
look at the real nervous guy.
if they were smart, they would have murdered that guy. That's the game plan right there.
Yeah.
Let him. I mean, first of all, don't kill the kids.
Well,
That's what you don't do first. But if he did kill the kids, that's a complete reason to kill this guy. And then kind of be like, hey, this guy went rogue. He might be part of us. But, this
I
guy's
had
all
nothing to
cranked
do with
up.
that shit.
Yeah, he's
This
all cranked
fucker's a
up. And
drug addict.
he was pissed that he narked his friend out, blah, blah. You could come up with something,
I
right?
remember when Mary was on in the biker gang and she went on a killing spree on meth.
Not even paying attention.
No, it
Not at
didn't
all.
happen.
Oh my god!
I forgot what we were talking about. Oh,
the bikers.
Oh yeah, no, the dude though that killed them.
Yeah.
I mean,
I forgot his name, man, but they said his name.
not too bright though.
No, he wasn't the fucking brightest.
Nah,
and they
that's
said
the
that
one
wasn't
thing
cool how he did it and went about it. And
Well, you can't be killing people. First
and at
of
one
all.
point they
Then
were
killing
just
kids,
bombing
too.
each other back and forth.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that's
you
what.
know,
It's
They're
crazy.
talking about these wars they had between the outlaws. And you know what else is weird? I saw some outlaws in, because obviously we got them around here. I seen them in Germany and shit.
Oh yeah, they're
Poland.
like
I seen Hell's Angels in Poland.
yeah, they're like 10 minutes away from my house.
Really?
Yeah,
We played at
There's
that
a clubhouse
clubhouse
over there.
We played at that clubhouse
Yeah.
a couple times.
I know. I was there.
Remember, Mary? Were you at the one where Tony and Robert played too?
Yeah,
Oh,
dollar
okay.
beers.
Yeah, and then we played at some other ones too. What was the other one, Mary? That was pretty
There
far
was
away.
another one in Rockford.
Rockford.
Yeah.
And then we played for one. With
It's a different ambiance.
yes, and then we
It
played
is.
at another
There is
one.
an air that anything can go off at
Yeah,
any time, even
yeah.
though you're around everybody who's on the same
Well, that's
team.
what I was just gonna say.
It's like there is.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened.
Like, those
When
guys
we
will
played
hurt
at
ya.
One with the mess booked a gig at a fucking motorcycle clubhouse, and it was pretty far away. I can't remember where it was, and it wasn't the Outlaws. But it was some other dangerous fucking, serious
Banditos or
biking. Yeah,
something.
something like that.
Who knows? I don't know what
And,
else is around here.
One guy had a black girlfriend who was pretty good looking, and I think Robert was helping Tony. Oh, it was Tony. Tony was carrying his drums,
Yeah.
and he's like, excuse me, and he's trying to go around her, and she like backs her ass into the drums. Hey, he ran into me, and then right away, some big fucking dude's like, "What the fuck you doing to my old lady, motherfucker?" You know? And I was like,
he got
We
squashed
just-
in 2
and
seconds.
We just got done playing and shit.
Well, they don't
It was
care.
like, I know. And it was like, oh man, we got through the whole thing, and it seemed like we were getting out of there. Because every time you take one of those gigs, it's like, yeah, and usually it's really cool, but
Well, it's
with
not that
somebody
it's cool.
like that, this was a gig that the mess.
It's a powder keg.
Yeah,
It can
it's
just
a
go off
powder
at any
keg,
time, especially boozing heavily.
heavily, and there's a lot of
And there's a lot of different people mixed, especially if they don't
Yeah.
know who you are and you bump into somebody like you said.
yeah.
Was that you?
I mean,
guys
that's how
upstairs?
people get shot
And
nowadays.
she bumped into him, of course.
Yeah,
She
but
run down
at
the
the,
stairs?
when you're in
to
somebody's
just get-
house,
it
you don't
was like
piss
to
on the
get
rug.
Somebody
I didn't know
to
that was you.
fucking, just to get the guy.
Come
down.
on.
I don't know if it was meant to rile him up. And,
Oh, it was, man.
then that's on her. That's
Yeah,
what you get for being a horrible person. And there's no shortage of horrible people
here,
in this
honey.
world. What are you doing, Larry? Jesus. What time are we at?
This is a cat that,
Oh, you want to put her on TV?
yeah, she goes to Tom's all the time.
Oh shit.
Sometimes we have visits at the same time. I try to schedule our appointments together and shit. This is Harmy.
Come here, honey.
What time
Yeah,
is it?
she goes to Tom's all the time, and
Come here,
that's what
honey.
we're going to get into right now. I want to thank everybody for
forgot.
tuning in. I want to thank my wife for barely paying attention.
Thank
Yes.
God.
Yeah, I want to thank God. I want to thank Jesus. I want to thank Leonard
Leonard.
and everybody else that we always thank. Man, we love you, and seriously, everybody that tunes in, you guys are fucking beautiful.
Let's hope Virginia's doing better.
Yeah, Verge, we love you, even though I know
She
you're
had
not going to
her
listen
arm.
to this.
I was hurt.
She's got a
Oh,
Virginia
shit.
hurt her
Wrist.
arm, her hand, her,
Get well
Wrist.
her
soon.
wrist.
She ain't listening, but get well soon.
And she actually fucking, it wasn't like just a simple, I need a cast type thing. She had to get surgery and shit. So I said a prayer for you, Virginia, like I said I would. Okay.
If you got a little Mussolini on your really tiny weenie, call Tom's Free Clinic.
Nice.
My
Yes.
dictator version.
That's good. Tom's Free Clinic Automotive. Tom's Free Clinic Automotive and Veterinarian Service. They could do anything that you need getting done.
And stuff you don't need done, too.
And some shit you might not need, exactly.
You know, they do detransitioning.
They don't do any unnecessary shit.
We won't put a penis on your forehead or on your arm. Unless you want it. Unless you got the cash.
Unless that's what you want.
All right, that's
Then
good.
they might do it.
That's good. Peace.
Now I'm going to get back to our exit theme. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Peace. What the fuck, man? Oh, wait.
Where are we on?
Okay, one more shot at this. Peace.
Larry and Needle Show.